Hi guys, Sarah the Northwoods Stitcher here. I am busy packing for another trip up to camp. And that's, today is Wednesday, the 4th. So I'm filming this today, but I'm going to post it on Monday. And I'll be back, I think, probably on Monday. And then I have a week to get ready for the retreat up in Greenville, Maine. So I'm really excited. But I have a couple of things that I wanted to show you guys today. I've done some smalls. I have started decorating that plastic dollhouse that I showed you guys. Hopefully I can put a before picture right here. And now this is what it looks like. It's still a work in progress. I've got some skeletons and some cobwebs. I might be doing some antiquing with some paint. But I'm so pleased with it. Oh my word. You see Dracula in there? I've got a little pterodactyl. He was some bright green. I've painted him now. I'm so thrilled with this. So the little purple frames on things, they popped off with a butter knife. I was able to pop off the shades. I'm going to keep them that color. I'm not too happy that they're pink, but they don't really make a difference. Everything still works because as I took things apart, I just had to loosen up tabs and things. If you remember, it is two-sided. It does open up. Probably should have painted this, but I might just distress this to make it look old, as I'll streak the shutters as well. But what a cute thing to have, to find something small in there. Or maybe I can get a skeleton in there. These doors do open. But I think this will be just a great addition to my decor when I get things organized. I might have it opened up like this on top of my hutch that I organized. Oh, a little plastic rat just fell out. That'll be fun. I don't think I will do any cross stitch for this. I don't think it needs it. But, oops, I did it again. I found this at the dump. Now, I don't see that these things pop off. So I might just do the same thing. I think I will spray paint this in a flat matte black and then just kind of rip some of the color off to show the wood underneath and maybe detail the shingles. But this is a smaller one, and I think this is absolutely perfect, especially since it came from the dump. It'd be just another Halloween house. This might have some different decor on it as well. While I was at the dump, couldn't believe it, but I found low-ran cross-stitch project cards. This is an unopened pack. It's so old. It's, you know, the plastic is faded. It's not dirty. It's clean. It's never been opened. So there are, how many in here? It only has 3 project cards in here. Back in the day, this was $1.59, marked down to 75 cents. And then it ended up in the dump house. So I'm very excited to have these. These are very handy. I can't say I found much at the dump this week, so that wasn't very good. And I did go to a indoor flea market last Sunday with a friend, Karen, and it was just a blast, but we barely made a dent in this place, so we have to go back. I have so much stuff from there. Oh, the big thing. I got a lot of stuff that isn't really relative to cross stitch, but I did get a beautiful dovetailed wood box. It's probably a recipe box. It needs some sanding. It's completely intact. It's got beautiful little brass hinges on it. I really want to clean this up. Maybe soak it with some beeswax oil or something, really polish it up, and then do a type of, I'm not sure what I want to do, a nautical motif. There's some goop on the top. If I remember correctly, this wasn't more than $5. I unfortunately didn't leave the tag in it, but for the way it was made, I really thought this was a great treasure. So yet another box to stitch on. The best and biggest purchase Isn't that incredible? It's very wrinkled because it is not matted properly. This is a plastic poster frame, so it's not made to house a cross stitch. This is the price. That's $4, not $400. Isn't that amazing? So happy to have this. I do believe I have this kit. I can't recall if I showed you in my kit stash, so I'll have to look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. It's done on that dove gray. It looks to be a 16 count if I remember correctly. And it's definitely going to be popped out of here because the plastic's all scratched up. And I will reframe it to something more appropriate for it so I can stretch that fabric properly and keep it safe forever and always. I don't know if it's signed. I haven't taken it out of its glass yet, or plastic. So stay tuned. Maybe it'll have a date and some initials underneath it. But that was found in a indoor flea market called the Willows in Mechanic Falls, Maine. I don't know how it ended up there, but I'm glad it's in my loving arms because I'm going to cherish it. I've done a little bit of progress on my Northwoods Stitcher chart. If you remember, I'm going to alter this because this was a bit of a too dark fabric for this stitch. And Northwoods is great, but I want it to read the Northwoods Stitcher. And it's coming. I should probably put a board behind this. I'm really enjoying how this is materializing. So I'm just going to stretch out the original chart. I may reverse print this and stitch one going down here and then add some more trees. I have another bear to put in. There is another moose, so I might be pointing the other way. So this is just a really exciting stitch to watch materialize. I have decided it needs a little more down here, like some lettering, so I am going to put the Northwoods Stitcher 2023, because that's when I started visiting with you guys, was just this March of 2023. So I thought that might be a fun thing to do. It'd be nice to have it behind me on a very clean wall filled with cross stitch. Not going to happen. I'm just too creative to be that organized all the time, and you're very fortunate I didn't show up in my PJs this morning. I decided that it's not a good idea this morning because as I was drinking my coffee in my PJs, I got my hair in the coffee, so I had to wash part of my hair. It's a Monday on a Wednesday. I'm still drinking coffee, hopeful that something will change. I did finish another little. This was the October house. This was a freebie. Let me see, how can I do this? Can't show the chart. So this is a freebie from 2021 on their website. It's a cute little Hello Fall with a little squirrel. I wasn't keen on the breakage and missed stitches and the H and the E, and I think the F as well. Yeah, so I filled in some holes. I wasn't happy with his little face, so I put some beads for his eyes, and I gave him some lips. So this was just a little scrap piece that I found. And now I'm really excited to match it up with a very nice fall type fabric and make it into a pillow. It's such a small piece. I'm gonna have to add probably fabric to the bottom and the top and then do a little long pillow form with it. So this is just such a cute little quick stitch. Hello fall. I get to put those threads away now so I can make my pile a little bit smaller here on my desk. I'm now down to 2, 3, 4, 5 things, 5 projects, 6 projects underneath the camera view here. The next quick little stitch that I did was from Just Cross Stitch Magazine, June 2020. This was a needle book, and I did not stitch the flower. I used all the called for DMCs, but I had a pile of little patches, and I decided to put a little flower patch on there. Isn't that sweet? I love the dimension now. It's awfully big. This is a 28 count Lugana, same as my little squirrel. And I did, 2 threads over 2, and it came out pretty big, about the size of my hand. So the next one I do, I think I'll do it on an 18 count and see if that flower doesn't look too big, because I have a big bag of little daisies. So I want to do this again. So I'll leave these out and find another scrap piece to do something like that on it. That was fun. And this little cutie was done by Lori Smith. She's on Cape Cod. She did it on an old-fashioned spool. This is why we call her spools. Isn't that cute? I have yet to tackle my big pile of 18 finished little stitches from the P.Schoolers collections, all things Halloween. Boo to You, and I think there was another one in there. So that is another goal of mine, is to find some fabrics to match up, at least get them in the same project bag so I can take that up to camp and get some things actually finished. I have finally gotten all of my massive boxes. I think it was a total of 6 crates of Halloween themed decor, and my 2 crates of cross stitch fall and Halloween. It's all downstairs now. It took me a couple of weeks because my back was really sore and I didn't have any help. My husband can't do stairs that well yet. And now that I've gotten everything downstairs, the house is really blown up right now because my husband's discovering all this weight that he's lost. And there are piles of clothes everywhere that I am getting rid of, sorting through what's stained, what's a donation, what can be put up for sale. And we have to go through the winter stuff, even though we're still in short sleeves. It's going to start getting colder quickly. So there's lots going on, and I really can't blow up the house with boxes of other things to decorate the house. So maybe next week. I just feel so late in getting my things out. And on the way back from the retreat, as I drive through all these little farm stand areas and different pumpkin patches, I'm hopeful to pick up some pumpkins that'll tickle my fancy. So that's going to be a fun time. Okay, I'm going to pause this, get some more things organized, and be back with you. I've got a couple more things after playing around in the craft room for a bit. I have found the fabric that I'm going to do my littles with that I showed you. This is going to be fun. It does involve me packing quite a bit for camp, but if it fits in the car, it's coming. It's going to be a pile. So I was playing around. Oh, now I'm dropping my quilting clips everywhere. So this is going to be paired up with this. I don't know what kind of trim I'll use yet, but it might be a white. That's why I think this one will be working for my finish. I'm going to do a smaller pillow, so I'll tightly frame this out, but I think that'll be cute. I think I have some white chenille. I don't want to do pom-poms, but I am partial to pom-poms. We'll see. Ideas. And then for the little squirrel, let's see, I found this, which I think it's going to be perfect. That's quite a bit of fabric. So I could make quite a bit of projects with this, but this will be this will be a nice combination to go in one of my bread bowls or even that white ceramic bowl I have. So that'll be that finish. Even if I just get the fabric cut and pressed and ready, that'll make me happy. So that's gonna happen. I put some quilting clips in the project bag. I'm already dropping them everywhere. Then I discovered, I'll put the quilting clips there. I don't know if you guys remember, I picked up this frame at some sort of indoor yard sale last week. Fits me nicely. But I pulled out Harvest Keeper. Now I did this, I've got a date on it somewhere, but this is a Plum Street sampler and it's called Harvest Keeper. I did this in 2020. I do have a date on it. Watch the transformation. I think this is going to be perfect when I line it up properly. Ooh, there we go. I love that. So now this will go in the pile to go downstairs because I have to wash that glass that came with us. Probably should give the frame a light bath. I see some dust on it. Don't want that anywhere near the cross stitch. And it is a sunny day today. So I will wipe this probably with a lemon water just to kill anything that might be blooming in it. Yeah, it's dusty. And then the glass I actually very carefully put in my massive laundry room sink, hot water and just dish soap and a sponge. Never mind Windex. You end up wasting a lot of Windex and it's not the best cleaner for glass. It looks like this frame was touched up with something that wasn't matte. So I might have to figure out once I frame it if I need to add something to the frame. There's even dust inside of here that I'll take a paintbrush and dry sweep it first and then go over it with a wet brush or a Q-tip. Those Q-tips are so handy. What else was I going to show you guys? Oh, I also have something that I haven't done in a while, and I'm sorry for it. Sometimes I just can't get my head around things. I have a duplicate chart that was given to me by my stitchy sister, Sophia. Now, she sent me a big box of stuff. I should probably do an unveiling, but right now I'm just kind of taking it all in and seeing what I want to stitch out of it because I think I'm going to stitch all of it. But this is her duplicate, which is also my duplicate. I don't know how we both did this, but this is a Little House Needleworks. And if somebody wants to adopt it, please put in the comments something with the word needleworker in it. And I will do a drawing for this. Now this is a great chart because you don't have to do the alphabet. You don't have to do everything in here. So it just changes it up quite a bit. This comes with just DMCs. I thought there was also something else. No, it's just DMCs. The model here was stitched on a 16 count. And that made the size of it, it doesn't say, but the stitch count is 193 wide by 97 high. So it's not particularly massive. It would be a fun, quick stitch to add to your wall to give yourself some pats on the back. Because as a needle worker, you do need those little happiness stitches. I think this is a really sweet stitch. And if you don't want to put your whole name there, you can just put stitched by or stitched the year of and the year. So that's another thing to do. Lots of ideas with this one. Anyway, if you're interested in adoption, please just put in the comments some type of comment with the word needleworker. And I will do, I don't know when I'll do it. I might give you guys 2 weeks to make sure that we get enough views in and interests. And I'll just collect people's names. And then you have to remember to watch so you can give me your address and I'll send it along. But isn't that a cute idea? And it's got all these fall colors in it, which I think is great. Mine is downstairs, I think, on my bedroom wall. Maybe I'll take a tour with you guys sometime and show it to you. So that'll be fun to do. And I do have another adoption that's pending for another video, but I need to get some more information on it, and I'd like to show you the finish instead of doing it this way, because I think it's really cool to show you the finish of the chart, but we'll see. And I've got to go back to doing some stuff in the craft room, break a little sweat, and then I'll come back and show you some more. Quick editing, different time of day. I've done some work in the craft room, done a few errands, went to the dump. Yes, I stopped at the dump house and went into Augusta to run an errand, came back, picked up the mail. So I got some more things to show you guys. I think I have finally committed to as to how I'm going to finish those Prairie Schooler ornaments. Remember I showed you I did 18 of these? I've got quite a pile. Well, I think, because my goal was to just find the fabric, commit. I really want like a little pillow form so I can put them in a bowl, or I can put them on the Halloween tree that I'm going to decorate. So I found this really great wool that I think I got from Camp Wool quite a few years ago. So I've got a nice bunch of it. It might be enough to do, I think I'll do half and half. So these two colors I think will work well together. So some will be used with this red and some will be used with the orange. I'm not quite sure what to do with my gray ones yet. I might do an entirely different finish with those, but there's only 2. And those are actually little tombstones. So I might even try to make these stand up for the base of the Halloween tree on some sort of system. I'll figure it out. I know I don't need to get these done for this Halloween, but I really want to start, because if I don't start, this is going to sit in a project bag and who knows when I'll get to it. So here's my first little one. Now I'm going to add some sort of edging to this. I haven't committed to that yet. I might want to wait and then see if I want to finish the edge with some sort of different beads for the different designs. And what I've done is I've simply taken 2 squares, I stitched them together all the way around. Then I created a little X opening, pulled it inside out, and I have the little pillow. So it's got a little X there. Then I sutured it, because it's not really sewing. I didn't use any kind of real tension or tuckering. I sutured the edges as best as I could to make the X close. And then I glued the cross stitch on top. I've stitched this pseudo border, 1 strand. The rest is in 2 strands. And then I counted, I think it was 5 squares, so I just shredded the first 3. And I think that's going to be the main way I'll finish these. I couldn't be more pleased. A lot of the colors are the same. So this might look good on the red. I'll just have to play with it. Yeah, that'll look good with the red. This will be good with the orange. This will definitely be good with the orange. So once I get up to camp, now that I have my materials, I can sit down, figure them out, 8 here, 6 there, whatever I'm going to do. I'll let this little guy dry. I've been trying to explain this to my poor husband, who doesn't understand that I'm stressed about gathering all the stuff I need for camp. But once he sees this, he'll be like, oh, he'll understand. I may even add a little button or something to some of these. I haven't quite committed to that yet, but this is a great start. So pleased. So let me pile that stuff up here. At the dump, I found 3 frames. This is a very nice wood frame. It's got some blemish here that I could touch up with some black paint. Other than that, I think this would be really cute. It needs a bath. Very thick, real wood. I love finds like this. So that was 1 frame. I might want to keep the artwork in this one. Isn't that cute? I hope this isn't a drawing of germs. No, I think it goes this way. But I'm hoping that's not soap and those are germs. I don't know. But it's a great black frame. And I like the tabbed back because that makes it easy to work with. And then I found a really interesting frame. It's very heavy. I think this might be 2 pieces of glass. There was no backing. And there seems to be like a gasket in the back. It's really heavy. And this little piece inside, this little barred piece that goes all the way around, is like the gasket. And it's got a tabbed edge. They rotate. But it's a substantial frame. Definitely needs a bath. But I really do need to take my project keeper down. My harvest keeper downstairs. Wash that one first. And get this one ready to frame. Because I'm so excited to finally frame the harvest keeper. Considering it was stitched in 2020. I have to have it up this year. Not next year. Oh, and the post office. So I go to the post office. And do you guys ever go onto Facebook, the group called, should I tell you? Stash Unload? If you haven't, all right, the more the merrier. It's where you post your stuff, your stash that you're done with and want to resell, or you just want to buy. Well, I just wanted to buy one day, and this is what I bought. I got a little house needleworks called 2 Roosters. I absolutely love those. And I like how they finished them because that frame design would be really easy to do myself if I wanted to put a little beaded border on the inside of just a plain frame, which I think I can still purchase at Michael's. But those were just really well done. I don't know if I'll put them in my kitchen or if I'll just hang them up someplace in the hall, but I think they're great. So that was Little House Needleworks, 2 Roosters. And then the next one I got, I don't think I'll do the whole chart. I think I'm just going to do half of it. This is called Fall is in the Air by Stitch Quarterly, featured in Stitch Quarterly. I guess you can also follow them on Facebook and YouTube. But isn't that the cutest? I might just do the tree and the fox. I'm not sure. And the little leaf blowing. I saw this and I thought this would be great on one of my canvas bags. It would be great just in a frame by itself. I don't need the lettering. I could just add a few more leaves blowing around. I really thought it was a sweet stitch. I want the fox to be the focus rather than the lettering Fall is in the Air. They did a really great job of presenting this inside of a basket. I think there's another picture of it. This is from 2022. Uh-oh. They also have the fox needle minder. Oh, isn't that cute? Ah, here's a better picture. That's really a great way to present that. So ideas with this one. I think what I'm going to have to do is reorganize some of these buckets around me and probably sort out a little bit of where my foxes are. I've been collecting foxes. I've got birds. I've got bats and Santas. There's just a lot going on. But it's going to be fun. Someday, soon, I'll be super organized. On that note, I better go start some dinner. We're going to have salmon and asparagus tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. And they'll probably get the frame washed. And there was something else. Oh, the video. I'll get the video edited and then I'll post it on Monday. Again, this is Wednesday the 4th. So I will post this for Monday because I'll be driving home from camp on that day. Hopefully stopping for a cheeseburger on the way home. Well deserved, particularly after eating so well this week. But until then, have a fantastic day or night, whatever you guys are doing. Happy stitching and be safe.